People like you think much of the global south.
Hello Lisa, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strada. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get into this video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok where a lot of people is reacting to this, white woman that actually went to India for a tour. And she went ahead to talk about how she went for a slum tour, which happens to be her most favorite part of the tour. And a lot of people were just reacted to it, guys. I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Let's get into it.
You are not better than poor people. So, this influencer went to India.
You want. B&B experiences were my favorite tour experiences. I did a slums tour and a cooking class.
Yep, in the same sentence, she said slums tour and cooking class. The poor are not a zoo to go visit. And I want to know, who raised you? Who raised you to think, I'm going to pay money to a tour guide to not only watch poor people, but tell the whole internet that you are so callous, that you went on both a tour of poverty and a place where you get to eat lavishly. I mean, I get it. We live in a colonial state where people like you think much of the global south is quaint and just there to make you feel something. But guess what? One, thankfully you went to only the barest minimum of India. You went to the places where you can get the pictures that will prove that you are a world traveler. India is like a third of the United States. Not every place looks like those slums, first of all. The people who really live there live in places that wouldn't be so different for us than what we live in. Many of the urban centers have people of all different strata. And I only say this because one thing you did was play into every Westerner stereotype of India. Because hey, then the vast majority of people won't have to put up with you. But the bigger thing you did was center yourself. It's all about you, isn't it, honey? You are the main character. And somehow you perceive some sort of specialness when it was just an accident of birth. I mean, what did you do to be special? You certainly didn't learn about global politics and how so much of the poverty in India is thanks to both the extraction of resources by the British and the destruction of self-rule by the British. You certainly didn't learn empathy. That's definitely not what makes you special. What is it? What makes you so much more special than those people? Tell me.
A woman visited India and one of her favorite tourist attractions was experiencing one of the Mumbai slums. It's hearing privileged people say brain dead, tone deaf, things like that with a straight face that makes me want to go on a Hall of Fame intergenerational crash out. It's like saying I went to Chicago, sat passenger side in a Trackhawk and watched a shootout happen in O Block. Or that I paid for a needle of a homeless San Francisco native and watched them go through the hippie experience. Real suffering and poverty that people have to live through is not an exhibit or a theater for you to enjoy. Imagine you're seeing two kids scrounging through trash for food and clothing, and you're sitting there with your Prada sunglasses and your Birkenstocks, and you're thinking, damn, some people in this world got it really bad. I should be more grateful. And then go on to say with your full chest that it was one of the best parts of your trip. Gloating about it online, saying it was so bad, and then by tomorrow's Pilates class, completely forgetting about it. God didn't bless you with this much money to finance your travels. He was probably hoping that this much covered at least half the amount of therapy that you need to figure out what is wrong with you. And I know people like you know just how beautiful places in India like Kerala and Goa are, but you want to paint this narrative. And in that way, you're no different from these lying CS influencers.
Yeah, so everybody's stitching this shocked, but this is actually not shocking to me at all. In Hamilton, when Aaron Burr says, there's nothing rich folks love more than going downtown and slumming it with the poor, this is what he's talking about. Slumming it is an actual thing. And if I'm not mistaken, it gets its name from Victorian American times when the rich in New York, like the Vanderbilts, Rothschilds, etc., would take their carriages and their coachmen and go downtown to the slums and down by the river, and they would just look in shock and horror. This was a thing in Victorian London as well. They would marvel at the poor. They would throw things at them, sometimes money, sometimes food. They would go into the opium dens, and you can Google it. There's tons of heiresses that actually died in the slums because they were slumming it. So the fact that this is still a thing, I'm not shocked, because this is like their ancestral DNA just waking up, you know, like, not surprising. Here's some more pictures of it. As you can see, ladies would often do it. Of course they would. And they would oftentimes be accompanied by a gentleman. Or a lot of times the police would do it. And also the police would charge to be a personal escort and take these people around the slums. Majority of the first orphanages, charities, etc. were all a byproduct of slumming, and a lot of rich, affluent women going down, and as you can see, realizing that children would be begging, working, and often living in squalor, and they would be horrified and upset at the conditions that their, right here, rich husband would have caused, and they would have then used his money to try to fix it.
Okay, my only question. What is the point of highlighting the slum store, or what is the point of even having a slum store? Is it just an exercise in validating the Western world's opinion and approach towards India, that, you know, the place is dirty, the place is trash ridden? Oh yeah, they may have some pockets of beauty, but, you know, look at this place, it is so dirty. Is that the purpose of this exercise, or is the purpose to show the world that, okay, look at these people, they are living in so much poverty, and look at me, I get to travel, I get to stay in these kind of beautiful places, and then I still found in myself to go and look at these people living in poverty. What, again, is the purpose of the slum store and highlighting the slum store?
A fine line between wanting to learn about a local population and treating people like they're animals in a zoo. If you are paying money to go see people living in poverty, you have to question that at some point, right? How out of touch do you have to be? This is a perfect example that travel doesn't make you culturally sensitive by default. You can travel the whole world and still have a patronizing mentality. You can travel the whole world and still exoticize other people and interact with them as if they exist for your entertainment.
So lovelies, apparently this palm-colored woman decided, who happens to be a tourist, like she loves traveling all over the world, she have all the privilege in the world to, you know, pay for travels, you know, travel all over the world. She decided that, okay, it is time for me to just check out and see what Indian looks like. Then she, you know, went ahead, you know, traveled to India to explore India, and the only thing she could think of is to, you know, go to the slums. And she decided that she wanted to go for a slum tour. She got there, you know, documented how the slums looked, how they lived their life, and she reflected to herself like, oh my God, that she's so thankful of the kind of life she's living, and she really, you know, enjoyed the slum style. Like that is the most part of the, you know, tour that she enjoyed in India. And this actually got a lot of people, you know, agitated. A lot of people were reacting to it. A lot of people were in the fact that, okay, we all know that you guys are the colonists. We all know that you guys are the colonizers. So I know that you guys have all the privileges. Okay, so all you could do was to, you know, bring your, you know, camera to show the world and the internet of how poor these people is, and how you are inside the, like, being in a poor environment, but there you are able to actually go live a luxurious life. And these people are so unfortunate, and you are so very fortunate with your, you know, privileges, your life, and all of that. People were just reacting to it. People were not finding it funny, because, you know, these people really do not understand. You know, you have a privilege, you are comfortable wherever you are, but instead of you to just, you know, decided to go there on your own and decide not to have this tour, slum tour mechanisms and all of that, you decided that you want to use the opportunity to tour this slum place, castigate them on how they live so poorly. Then after which you show yourself in an executive, living environment and all of that. People actually were stitching her videos, and I was like, okay, I think I understand where they are coming from. For a colonized person, like it's just that, it's just the way that when you go to someone's house, you decided to steal this person's property, like you stole so many things from this person's home, and you ended up making this person wretched. Then after some time, you decided to go over to this person's house that you completely made wretched. Then you decided to do some kind of a tour or whatever, and try to like shame or mock this person, but you are actually the person that actually took so many things from this person. Like this reminds me of what is really happening also in Africa. It happened. A lot of these white saviors we come down to somewhere Africa or whatever, the way they project Africa to be so poor. Meanwhile, they are the people that subjected these people to what they are today. I posted a video of a man who decided that he wants to go back to Africa to recolonize Africans, because he felt that the African government or whatever is not doing a great job, because he felt that Africans are poor, or they're very poor, without knowing that you stole so many things from this place, and now you are feeling some type of way as a savior. After stealing from these people, you still want to go back to steal more. This is just a reflection. When I saw this video, I was like, oh my god, like seriously, how would you take something from someone, after some time you want this person have a very bad living condition, or because of what you've put this person through, then you are going back there to like, oh my god, I thank God for myself. Like seriously, it makes no sense. When I saw people reacting to it, I was like, I think they have a valid reason to actually react to this. Then anyways, I decided to bring it up here so we can also delegate on it. If you feel that you have an opinion, you can just leave it in the comment section, because when I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put it up here because it reminds me of something I staged here in this channel about going back to a place where you actually stole so many things from them, and you want to go back there and continue stealing more. You take something from someone, instead of you to like, okay, have this compassion, then you are now being so rude to someone you actually took things from. Anyways, just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes, so please why not just share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. If one. you watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that this channel, we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here solely for educational and informative purposes, guys. Alright, please just share this video, leave your thought in the comment section, subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next one.